Okay, guys, we are doing our Monday motivational, and let me tell you what. I'd like to tell you that I was extremely motivated today. I'd like to tell you I got out of bed super early and I hit all my goals and I posted like I was supposed to, and everything was all sunshine and rainbows. That's not what happened. My furnace is out. I'm still dealing with a ceiling that is completely caved in from where my flooring had to be replaced all weekend long, and I had a hole in my house. My husband hurt his back and could not walk, and yeah, it was a rough day, and I wanted to eat all of my emotions, and that sucked. But it's a very real thing, right? It's a very real thing. I was disappointed in myself that I didn't go to the gym, and I canceled my bungee sweat class. But I did a couple things that in other instances I wouldn't have done. I could have just avoided. I could have um, just shut down completely, but I still put a post out there. I still put a couple stories out there, not my greatest. Why? Because I'm not very inspiring when I'm pissed off or not in a good mood. And I'm not super I don't really want to just being very truly transparent here, guys. I didn't want to talk to people because I'm not in a very good mood and I'm PMSing. And for guys on here, I'm really sorry. But anyways, I know that it's probably not the day to talk to somebody that's going to be a pain in my ass. Just being real. All right. I know myself. So today's not my day to follow up. We're going to talk about some of these things, right? Of things that we do on a daily basis, setting ourselves up for the week. Sometimes you're going to need to shift stuff. I called and made appointments today, stuff that I would have put off till later on in the week. I canceled stuff. I set up stuff. I paid some bills. I did things that I wouldn't have been able to do had I been out of the house and at the gym, at my bungee sweat, my daughter's stuff. So I rearranged my schedule a little bit. And sometimes that's what you're going to have to do. In order to be successful, I'm going to be really completely transparent here and tell you when I was working full time and I hit the top rank of this company, I did it because I worked before work, I worked after work, I worked on my lunch break. I didn't make excuses. I just got shit done. And listen, I want to also say this. Your work ethic is 100% going to have to do with where you get to in this business. But with that said, you can be doing all the wrong things and it not get you anywhere. All right. So what Heather and I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit about planning your week. Um, I was doing a Sunday Zoom of where we were like kind of like planning our week and so forth. And it was okay, but the problem is that we had so much additional stuff in our calendar that it was really hard to set up a clear content for that week without saying repetitive stuff constantly. We're going to talk about some of the things that we do. Like on Sundays, I pre-schedule posts like those bingo sheets you guys see on the Dream Team 2020 page. They're actually scheduled posts that I set up on Sundays to go off automatically at like 5 a.m. in the morning throughout the week. And I do that intentionally so that you guys will have at least something. However, you guys are going to notice every single day there's going to be a different leader posting activities. So you're going to see those bingo sheets, but you're also going to see a leader posting some kind of stuff to do. Like today I posted a personal development video. I posted a link to this. I posted a bingo sheet. I posted the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 fill out that you could fill out on the thing. And basically that's just something I'm committing to every Sunday is I'm going to put those sheets out. So some of you guys, it helps you. Some of you guys, it doesn't help you, right? So the biggest thing is being intentional with your time. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of my personal activity. I'm going to let Heather go on and tell about that here in just a bit. We're going to talk about staying focused because it's really easy to get distracted and side to side. Follow up, reach outs, I did a 5-minute live today on the team page because I was inspired by some of the reach outs and some of the screenshots. And you guys need to take those and use those as motivation and ideas of ways that you can start conversations too. If you didn't watch that video, go watch it after this. What we do regularly, getting samples out, following up with those samples, VIP 800, VIP 1600. I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure Heather as well. And pretty much any leader that's actually working their business, they generally will tell you that their goal every month is VIP 800, VIP 1600 as many times as they can possibly do it. I normally try to do at least VIP 800. Some months I do, sometimes I don't, but that's not from lack of trying. Well, no, I lied. Sometimes it is from lack of trying because I can be helping a lot of people and not being intentional with my follow-ups or getting posts out there, trying to get customers and promoters. And somebody asked how to get promoters, and we're going to talk about that briefly, but I'm going to be really honest and transparent. Again, right? You get the theory here. First of all, you've got to stay consistent because nobody's going to want to join you if you're not consistent. Nobody's going to want to join you if they don't know what it is that you have to offer them. Nobody's going to want to join you if everything you post is Thrive and nothing else. Like, you're not going to have any relatability factor. So the biggest thing with finding promoters is what is it that you're going to do for them? What kind of solution are you going to provide for them? What do they need help with that you can help them? Do they need extra money for their kids' dance class? Are you talking about that? Finding out what it is that they want and making targeted posts, not tagging that person, but talking about how this story inspired you. And you see people on your newsfeed that are also maybe struggling with dance classes. Like, you read a story on the Lavelle fan page and it resonates to something that somebody that you talk to. Well, guess what? You share that and you put a little blurb in front of it talking about how this person, you see people all the time talk about how they can't afford dance classes for their kids or cheerleading for their kids. And this is what makes you excited because you know that this can help you provide that, right? So you see how I just took like this story that I read that related to people that follow me on Facebook, and I just made it very personalized without it being in their face. But guess what? I want to take it one step bolder. And you see this mom complaining that she doesn't have money for dance or cheerleading, then you shoot them a message to say, girl, listen, I know this is completely out of left field, but I just read this story on our company's fan page and it totally reminded me of you. And I don't know if you'd be open to it or not, but if you ever are, just take a look and read this. Boom. You just shared a fan page story without being super spammy and being a solution to a problem that she was already posting about. See how that's different than just messaging somebody, hey girl, want to join my team? You're awfully beautiful. Yeah, I'll give you 40% off. Yeah, not cool. So let's jump on here with Heather. I know Heather's like way more organized than I am. She probably has notes sitting there. My notes consist of this.
Yep. I've got notes.
And then I just go to town with those topics. So Heather, why don't you go ahead and share some of the stuff that was on your heart to share? Because listen, Heather really wanted to like share tonight, guys. And she's had this planned like for the past few days. She's been like, all right, like I know exactly. She's the one who came up with the idea of what this week was going to be talking about. And if by chance when she's talking or I'm talking and you guys have extra questions, just put them over on the side. I'll try to catch them and write them down. So Heather, go for it, girl.
Hey guys, welcome. I and I'm sorry, Amanda, you did not have an on-point day, but you know what, guys, every day can be on point. So we just beat ourselves up. I think people who may look at 200K leaders think that we are just, 6 a.m. to midnight, and we're just completely focused on just talking to people and customers. And granted, we work and we have hustle, but there's those days. Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you were cutting out pretty bad.
You know what? I'm gonna shut my camera off because you guys, I'm
okay
without Wi-Fi. So I'm going to do that. I don't want you to not be able to hear.
Heather lives in an area that is terrible Wi-Fi, so it's just awful. So
No, I don't live in an area with terrible Wi-Fi. I live in an area where I don't get Wi-Fi.
oh, that's what it is.
Even worse, you guys, even worse. But I still managed to be at 200K in this business. Why? Because I don't make an excuse. When I go do my B lives, like I have 4 set up for this month because I'm doing a live for my team every week. I literally have to drive 5 miles to go to my dad's where I had internet set up at his house, and I go and lock myself in a room. So you know what? Excuses. I can give you a whole bunch of the ones that I used to tell myself, or that I, maybe said to myself last week, but it's a new week. It's the beginning of a new month. What are you going to do to make this month be different than last month? If you weren't happy with last month, and I'll be honest with you guys, I wasn't happy with my last month. So I knew at the end of last month, what I didn't do in January, I better get my ass doing in February. Nobody is going to bark at me every single day. Nobody is going to say, Heather, what are you doing? How many people are you talking to? Who is the messenger? Where are your minis at? They're not. Lisa does not come to me and ask me those questions. She'll just say, where are you? Are you ghosting everybody? Like she'll just, that's it. But I'm not accountable to her on a daily basis. I'm accountable to me. So when we wanted to do this, Zoom tonight, was how have I shifted my changing from January to February? And I'll tell you what, I have a calendar, and I can't show you it, but it's an action day calendar. It's like an 8x10. So each page is like an 8x10. I have tons of room to write notes, follow-ups, different things that I want. And you guys, I don't just put what I want to do with my Lavelle business. I always put what I want to do with my life. Like, what do I need to be doing besides just working my business? Well, I know that I need to exercise at least 3 to 5 times a week, or forget it. I'm going to fall off the freaking rails because my head is not in the right place. So the way that I get my head in the right space and in the right game frame, like, so to speak, like, I have to work out. I have to lift weights. I have to run on my treadmill, even if it's for 15 minutes, because that is what keeps me focused. It keeps me pumped up and revved up for what I need to do. So I did follow-ups today, literally wrote on my calendar, what am I doing on Monday? On Monday, I'm following up. I went through my calendar because I write down everybody that I send minis to, who has not signed as my customer yet, okay? Then I went back to my messenger and I searched the messenger and I found their message. And I sent out messages today and following up with samplers who have not yet signed with me, you guys. If they sampled and you didn't hear from them again, that doesn't mean they ghosted you. That just means they're too damn busy like the rest of us, and this is not their priority. It's yours. Make it theirs by understanding what they're missing out on. Like, I sent a girl a message today and I said, girl, I know you loved your 3-day. I have $25 in credits with your name on it. I would love to help you get started thriving full-time with me. I know how much you need this and how amazing you are going to feel. Are you ready to start now? You guys, we're in sales. I know people say all the time we're in sharing, but we're in sales, right?
Wait,
we really are.
Heather, yeah. I want to make sure every single person just caught what you just did. What was yesterday?
Sunday, football.
Free credit day.
Yeah, and that free credit day.
And she's utilizing her free credits to now try to sign customers. Some of you guys are so focused on getting your product for free that you're forgetting the number one reason why people are successful in this business, focusing on how you're going to help others. So once you quit focusing on just you, how you're going to get your product for free, how you're going to sign your customers, how you're going to sign these promoters, how you're going to sign and make money, and how you're going to hit your goals. When you flip that and you say, what can I do to serve others? That's when the light bulb goes off. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Heather, go on. Keep on.
Okay. So just this message, and I always end my message with, are you ready? Like, are you ready right now? I don't skate around or dance around the point. I don't send people messages who have had a mini experience with me, sent me a message and asked me about Thrive. And I don't just say, hey girl, what's up? No, it's like, hey, I know that you had asked me 2 weeks ago about Thrive. Had you had a chance yet to look at my website? Like, I'm to the point, because the point is, I have something they need. They just don't know it yet. And when you go and approach people with that level of confidence, I'm confident this product is going to make you feel amazing. I'm confident. I've been a Thriver for 3.5 years, and I will never, ever not take this product. I know that this shit works. Like, come on, every single one of us on here feels fantastic. Why are you depriving other people of that feeling because you're too afraid to go in for it? Like, you don't have to be abrasive. You don't, be genuine, be who you are, have a heart, put the element of how you can help them in there, but ask. Why are you going to sit around with 50 names on a list with big old question marks because you were afraid to get to the point? The point is, this is going to make you feel amazing. Are you ready right now? And if somebody says no, then I'll say, I want to put you on my follow-up list. Is there some time in the next few weeks that you think you'll be ready? Some people will say, you know what, on Friday, it's my payday. Great, I'm going to put that on my calendar, and I'm going to shoot you a reminder message. And I'm going to walk you through how to sign up, become my customer, and I'm going to get those credits loaded into your account as soon as you're in front of the computer. I do not send anybody credits until they are in my messenger saying, I'm ready, let's go. And then I'll go find their account, I'll get their number, and I'll pop those credits into their account. I don't want to waste those because those could have gone to somebody else that needed them. I will tell you this, and I think you'll hear this from every 200K leader or anybody that is successful. Your money is going to be made in the conversations you have on a daily basis. That's where your money is going to be made. Yes, you want to have cute, Facebook stories. Yes, you want to have appealing posts. Yes, but legit, if you are wasting 7 days a week making sure that that is what's on point, and you haven't talked to a single soul in Messenger about the Thrive experience and how amazing you feel, then you're not growing your business. You're not. Because it's conversations, it's being in Messenger and talking to people. Please tell me, yeah.
Heather, what would you say? I said, you would just offer the product, the mini deal, or straightforward if you don't have credits, because that's, some people are in that boat. They don't have credits. They maybe weren't thriving for free. They maybe aren't even making commission yet. What would you tell them when they're having, I feel like for me, it's finding somebody's budget, because a lot of times people that don't have credits or aren't making an income yet, or haven't really signed, sometimes don't have that confidence to close because they themselves don't have the money to order the product. So for those people, I normally recommend finding out what the budget is and then fitting the budget. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to tell you every time, my go-to product, some of you may disagree with this, but there's a reason why it's the #1 selling product, is the women's capsules. My go-to product is the women's capsules over anything else. If they can't afford anything else, I try to at least get them on the women's capsules, because I know every day when I take those son of a guns, they wake me up, Yeah. But anyways,
And
what do you tell people?
Well, listen, you guys, if you don't have credits to give, what I would suggest you do is go to your uplines. And I'm not saying every upline is going to offer you stuff, but listen, I will give somebody on my team $10 cash back for a new customer. Even if that is not the case, you guys, when I tell somebody that they can get a 20% discount, people are all over that. It's 20% discount just for being a customer with us, because they do it on an auto ship. There is value, even if you're not actually giving them a discount. But if they come back with an objection of, $150 is a lot of money, I don't think I can afford that, then I will say the same thing Amanda does. What is your budget? What are we looking at? Because I really want to help you start thriving, and I know how amazing you're going to feel. So let's work on this together. It's all about making somebody feel like you actually care about having them feel better and becoming a thriver than just getting another sale. So I'm like you, Amanda. My go-to is the women's capsules and the Black Label. Like, if they say, I can't afford all three, my two that I'm going to tell them to take is the women's capsules and the Black Label or White Label. Those to me have been like, that's what I use. That's what I still use 3.5 years later. So, but who are you having those conversations with? Really, the more that you get back into your Messenger, and let's say you haven't talked to somebody in a while. Maybe it's been a couple months since you sent out a sample. Maybe it's been a while since anybody's been in your inbox saying, hey girl, tell me about Thrive. Go to your Messenger and search Thrive, and go look at how many people you have talked to over the last 6 months since you've been here, the last year, the last year and a half, the last 2 years, and go look back at conversations and restart them. I literally had a time hop from 2 days ago. So I always look at my Facebook memories, you guys, because when I send out samples, I usually tag them on my page, or somebody posted on my page one day, hey, Heather, can you private message me about Thrive? So I screenshotted that memory and I sent it to the girl in the morning, and her name was Amanda. I was like, hey, Amanda, this just popped up in my Facebook memory this morning. I know we had a conversation about Thrive, but I know we never took it to that next place. I know you never got started with me, and I'd love to help you do that now. Is this something you're still interested in looking into? Guess what, you guys? She was like, oh my gosh, yes. It again is that priority factor, right? It's not theirs, it's yours. Until they become a thriver with you, they're just not going to understand why we are so dang jazzed up and so excited to get this product into their hands. So you have to be that person that sells and shows them that vision of why. You have to be the one with the sense of urgency, the sense of excitement, the sense of energy, and whatever it is that you're bringing to the table in your conversations. So a couple other things that I've been doing. So I did that today. Like, I'm making one day a week, like follow up with my minis, right? Then I want to do another day before auto ships run where I follow up with my customers that are already there. The customers that I want to take care of, that I want to retain. Like, we hustle hard for our customers. So we need to make sure we take care of them. I actually had a customer last week say, what is that thing you're posting about? She wanted to know about Sculpt, and she wanted to know about something else. So I just sent her a bunch of samples. I was like, girl, let me get some samples too. Like, I take care of my customers, because why am I just going to turn and burn? Don't do that. Like, yes, people drop off. Yes, people say they can't afford it. I'll give you another example of what happened today. I had a girl who, again, going through my list of people I needed to follow up with, she had sent me a message and said, I have a girl that I work with, and she wants to start using It Works products. I know you used to do that company, but I really think she'd love Thrive more. Can I send her your way? Well, yeah, you can send her my way. But I never heard from this girl. So I sent this girl back a message today, and I said, hey, I never heard from your coworker. I just wanted to know if, she still is interested in learning more about Thrive. I would love to connect with her and let her know how amazing this is. And by the way, I don't want you to miss out. You'll miss out if you're sending people my way and you're giving me your referrals. Did you know that you can earn your product for free? And you don't have to do anything but just be my customer and sign up these people under you. Like, she didn't know. She goes, okay, well, send me your website, because I don't really know anything about Thrive either. She's just thinking maybe it's for her coworker, not thinking she needs it. She doesn't have any benefit for it. She's just trying to connect me to somebody. So it's just being on the lookout and being in the wheelhouse of, how can I help this next person who's talking to me? How can I help this next person who's sending me a message? So those are kind of like some of the things that I do when I follow up. Who do I need to be talking to today? You need to have a goal for yourself, like 5 new people a day and 5 follow-up people a day, just 5 people that you are either re-engaging with, brand new conversations with. That's a lot of people a week. If you just made that your one simple goal every day, and then did your social media posting and just connected to these things that we do for you, your business is going to be bomb. It really will be. The most time I've had success in this industry and my business has been crazy, and I earned bonuses, was when I just was busy in Messenger. You have to learn to not get distracted, because I'm telling you, there will be so many things that can distract you over here. And we have so many amazing things and tools, but don't just be like the information highway on freeze, where all you're doing is getting information and tuning into things and writing notes, and you have notebooks upon notebooks, but you literally do nothing with them. I will tell you, I know barely anything about some things that people spend hours and hours and hours and hours learning. I have no idea. If you ask me what's in the products, I don't know. But if somebody asks me, I'll find out, but I don't spend all my time like doing that part. I'm not a green, I'm not a researcher. But some things that are so, so, so important, I feel like, besides following up, having conversations, sharing the fan page stories, is getting connected. Whatever fuels your fire. If it's a Monday motivation Zoom, if it's, Kayla Zooms this morning. I was on Kayla Fox's Zoom at 6:15 this morning. That got me going for my day. I was like, all right, yes. Like, I needed to fill my ears with that as soon as I woke up. There is not a shortage of opportunities to be poured into, but just remember to not only be poured into, but make sure you're taking that and you're putting that out into your business. Like, it's great to have the knowledge, but you got to have the action behind everything that we're sharing with you and that we're teaching you, because otherwise you're not growing your check. And that's our point, right? We want to help you grow your check. What's going to grow your check? New thrivers and new promoters. And those new promoters and the best promoters, in my opinion, have always come from people who started thriving with me first. You know, I wouldn't have been here in Laval, and I would have never came over here 3.5 years ago and left a huge organization behind me if I wouldn't have become a thriver. I knew this was a $1 million opportunity. I knew that I could get to the top of this company. I knew all of those things, but I needed to know how this product was going to make me feel. So I did my day 1, my day 10, my day 20, 30, etc. That is what drove me to get this out there and to get it into people's hands. The product is the most important thing, I feel like, and the opportunity just flows after that. You know, it's just, again, what are you talking about to these people? Are you ever even telling them they can thrive for free? Are you ever even having a conversation that they can literally do the same thing as a promoter? The only difference is that they can thrive for free as a promoter, but also run for some pretty awesome bonuses. I mean, it really is the confidence that you have in having the conversations.
So I see people, and I see this on the team page all the time. I'm having a hard time getting customers, having a hard time getting promoters. Is it okay if I go and do an audit on your Facebook for the people that are saying that they're having a hard time getting promoters and customers? Is that okay?
You will go ahead, but honestly, I'm not one of those people on my Facebook page who posts about the business opportunity in the normal way. Actually, today I made one post. Want to know what my post was? My post today was about, please stop shaming J-Lo and Shakira and just be accepting and look at people with love and not judgment. That post blew up, and all I did was leave it alone and let it go all day.
But that's the thing. You just said a key thing that most people that aren't getting customers are missing. That's the interaction.
Right.
It's the blow up. And that's different. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be posting nonstop because you're doing most of your work in Messenger, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of people, that's the problem, is if I go to your Facebook or your Instagram and I say, okay, well, I can see why you're not signing any customers there. But then you say, yeah, but I'm sending messages. Let me see those messages. Let me see those conversations. Like, that's the real talk, right? And Heather, you did show screenshots of the conversations that you were having today. So even though you only made one post, you still were having those conversations.
Well, you know, when they did re-rank, what was that, 2 years ago? I earned a $140,000 bonus, you guys. Go look at my page when that happened. I wasn't even posting for days. I could have cared less what my timeline looked like because my conversations were popping. My messenger was blowing up, and all I looked at was my messenger app on my phone, and it was ding, 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 ding. And I walked around with a notebook for, I swear, 45 days of my life. Who can I talk to today? Who do I need to follow up with today? Who can I bring in? It was my sole focus. That sole focus earned me a $140,000 bonus because it wasn't just about, and I get not everybody has a huge following right away. Like, listen, I was the most lame person on social media you could ever come across. I had 200 friends. I was boring. But when I finally started realizing that social media was exactly what Amanda said, it was about engaging. It was about creating interaction on my page. It was about creating a reason for people to follow me, creating a reason for people to engage with me, have a conversation. It can be about anything, you guys. I did Instant Pot videos because it helped my engagement. I got like 10,000 new followers from doing Instant Pot videos. Was I doing a video about the 3 steps of Thrive during then? No, I was doing videos about food. I was having conversations in my messenger about Thrive because I could make a post after I had this huge engaging thing going on about Thrive, and I would have people message me. I would have people say, because they were paying attention. They were connected to me in another way other than, oh, that's an annoying Thrive girl who just won't stop posting all day long about that's all her whole life is about. I love it as much as everybody else, but I am about so much more. I have opinions, I have interests, I have needs, I have all these things. And then my goal is that what I put out will inspire somebody else. So maybe it's a book. Like, what are you reading this week? Share your book. Have other people.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, I keep interrupting you, but Karen was a brave one that told me, yes, I could go look at her page. And I'm going to tell you, Karen, you're breaking my number one rule that I absolutely cannot stand, and that your page is private. So go change that. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you need to be public if you want people to engage with you and follow you. And the cool thing is, once you figure out that your social media is about those things for you, and I'm trying to figure out Facebook stories right now. I'll be honest, I'm not a super great Facebook story person. But I'm learning that my Facebook story is about telling a story. So when somebody goes through and they're clicking my story during the day, they're going to go, okay, Heather got up and she worked out, and I put my DFT next to my workout gear, right? Because I want people to see that my workouts are fueled because I thrive. My next one was my food. What did I eat? Because I'm eating healthy because I'm working out. My next one was a before and after photo of myself. Like, I want people to see my progression of my day and be inspired to do something based upon watching a day in the life of you, right? So Lisa was giving me these kind of tips this morning. There's so many ways that you can work a story. I took my daughter to New York in the summer for her 17th birthday, and she's like, take all of those things that you did in New York and make your story for the day on how blessed you were to be able to give your daughter that beautiful birthday gift. How much fun it was to spend that one-on-one time with her. Because you know what? Most people, that's just a dream. That's a dream. That was a dream for me. I ever thought I was ever going to be able to afford to take my daughter to New York City by myself for 3 days and just have the most fun. No, but this business has given me these things that I've wanted all my life. And I just didn't have any clue of how I was going to make it happen until I found this industry. So I could talk on and on, Amanda. You think you can talk, girl? I got one on you.
No, you don't. But I'm going to tell you, you guys over here in this chat are driving me bonkers, and I can feel my energy, and you guys know I get excited and want to pull my hair out, but you guys are focusing on all the wrong shit. Quit worrying about who you're following. And Callie, please don't take it offensively, honey. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Don't focus there. Don't focus on the people that are following you. Don't focus on who unfollows you. Don't focus on any of that stuff, okay? I promise you. A lot of you guys that are sitting here talking over on that right-hand side, your pages are private. I went to your page, I couldn't even see anything before January 21st. That is what you're showing your audience. We are in network marketing, y'all. Network marketing. That means you got to learn how to network. Okay. That means that you need to be adding to your people. You need to be adding every single day. You need to be getting as many eyes as possible. Heather, can you mute yourself? Every single day, you want to get as many eyes on your page as possible, right? And yes, if you are paying attention on the page, on the team page every day, we're giving you ideas and ways to grow your network and things to post that are not Thrive related. And you know, I'm sorry. Every time somebody comes unmuted, I've got to stop and go back and mute them. But the thing is that we 100% Stacy every single week, every time she talks, basically, she talks about the 5 things. How many of you guys have heard this being talked about? The 5 things. I don't give a shit if you've got 5 things or you've got 4 things or you've got 3 things or whatever, right? But you've got to have some kind of something. Maybe you hate washing clothes. Talk about that shit. People will relate to you. Maybe you struggle with eating and diet and exercise. You guys, look how many people I've impacted with my journey because I decided to, instead of keeping it to myself and eating all my emotions away, which I still do, but to share it because I knew that I could help other people with their own journey and not feel ashamed of having to have a surgery that many people don't even tell people that they had, right? So if you use whatever your mess is, whatever it is that your struggles are, if you turn your mess into your message, literally, how many times have you heard that? I've heard that from somebody. I didn't say that. I didn't make that up. I'm terrible at making quotes like that up. But the reality of it is that just like Heather was saying, the story of sharing her taking her daughter somewhere is something that I've dreamed of. I know when I share things, like when I took my kids to Syracuse a couple weeks ago, like it was an awesome trip to be able to take my girls with me and just to spend that time and them get to see what it was I do and things like that. Some of you guys have never even traveled ever. So imagine what it would be like for you to get to travel and you get to do that. And don't try to skip 10 steps and end up on somebody's chapter 20 when you're on chapter 1. You've got to take time to learn. You wouldn't want a doctor that literally never had training coming in and operating on you, correct? You wouldn't. Would you sign somebody that literally just signed up and never watched training? You got to be who you want to attract, right?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to jump in on you now. I love that you say that because you guys, success in network marketing is not a fast track. You're not on a super highway. You're not. I've been doing this for 8 years. 8 years. I thought about that today. My daughter's homesick and I quit my job, my regular quote unquote day job, 6 months into being in this network marketing industry. I have not had to worry about going to a regular job in 7.5 years. Why? Because I never stop working. I'm so passionate about what we get to do and how much this can change your life that it isn't a task. It isn't a chore. It's my mission. Like, make this shit your mission and you will not feel like you are struggling and you're going to just appreciate the process and the progress. You don't think Amanda and I have stumbled and fallen and got back up and dusted ourselves back off? If I would have looked at myself 8 years ago and said, you are literally going to be inducted into a millionaires club in a network marketing industry in 2020, I told you you're full of shit. I would have said, no way. I don't know anybody. I don't have a network, but I figured out how to create one. I figured out that I needed to talk to people. I needed to get over myself, like big time get over myself. If I was scared to do it, that was the thing I needed to do. So if it's for you that you have never done a local vendor event and you've never got in front of people face to face, you need to go book one. If you have not hosted a living room local or showed up to one, then you need to do that.
Yep.
If you have not gone live on Facebook, you need to do that. Like, I can tell you, there's so many even things that I've been scared shitless to do, and they have been the most rewarding, amazing, freaking life-changing things that I could have done. But what if I would have said, oh no? But you guys, that's what this is. This is just a beautiful, huge, like, process. Like, I'm not done. Amanda's not done. We're not like 200K and we're like, okay, we're done. No, we're here. We're here today. We'll be here tomorrow. We were here yesterday. I look to my life in the next 1 to 3 years. What do I want to accomplish in this industry? What do I want to accomplish in network marketing in the next year? What is my 2-year thing? What is my 5-year goal? Like, I still have those. I'm not like, I made it, I'm good. Heck no, I'm like a sponge. I want to know what else I can do. And how blessed are we that we have the most incredible leadership and people willing to share their things that they're doing that is helping them to be successful. And we get to learn from them. There's not a lot of companies out there that would do that. Leaders don't put themselves out on the line like all of us do, and we work together.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my soapbox, but I felt like I needed to say that because people quit before they even start. Like,
well,
people legit
quit
do.
when they get hard, whenever they're challenged, whenever they have to step outside their comfort zone. That's just a reality. Just like you saying, if you've never done a party or vendor event, a live or whatever, I guarantee you guys, and I'm just going to be really real. If they told you tomorrow that you could earn a $200,000 bonus in the next 3 months, if you took your guards down and just went for it, not many of you, and I don't mean to be rude here when I say this, would go for it. You would find every excuse of why not. How do I know that? Because they did it last year when they dropped the bonuses. They did it the year before, or the 2 years ago, and the thing is that it's a mindset thing there. Okay. It is a mindset, but also the fact of the matter is that, like, somebody like me, obviously I had a following because I had been very open about, like, my life and my journey for the years leading up to that point. Okay. But up until that, I was doing first of all, I did every Wednesday, a Working Women's Wednesday when I first got started. I was booking parties left and right when I first got started in this industry. All right. I've been in this industry now. It'll be 7 years next month. All right. So I want you to realize that it didn't happen. Heather, can you mute yourself, hon? Because it keeps on coming unmuted and I'm not sure how to stop it. But anyways, I 100% did parties. I got together. I set up vendor events. I signed up for Working Women's Wednesdays. I did online events when I didn't know what I was doing. I just did it because I wasn't waiting around for somebody else to show me how to do it. I just made it happen. All right. So you have to take the initiative. I want to read this because Heather was talking about like what she was doing 8, 9, 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago is sleepy. What's new? That was my Facebook status, guys. I was sleepy. What's new? 9 years ago, working 11 to 7 should be interesting. My first night on my own. This is whenever I first got off orientation at my new job. 8 years ago, talking about renting a house. You're unmuted again, Heather. Hold on. Picking up some overtime, 11 to 7, 8 years ago. Dancing my butt off. I was trying to win that battle with the weight loss, right? On call, might get some overtime, might not. Either way, I will make some money on what I would have had a night off, going to go soak in the jacuzzi. Hold on. 5 years ago, I don't know, some of my years are missing, but 5 years ago, I was no longer working full time. And I was home and my daughter was sick and I was sharing that.
That's wrong. I'm allergic.
Heather, you're unmuted again.
And you're hurting.
I got you. I wrote this in February of 2015. One of the most powerful things you could ever have is belief in yourself. I often tell my new teammates that if they don't believe in themselves, then start to let me believe in them until they do. Once you get that inner peace that things will work out the way that they're supposed to, as long as you keep working hard, it all becomes clear as and you will succeed. Let nothing to stop you. Opinions that others have are just that, opinions. Live life on your terms. Dream, then dream bigger and be you. Believe you can and you're halfway there. The truth is, guys, it is a confidence thing. It is a belief thing. It does come down to, do you feel like you deserve it? Or do you feel like you're worthy? And how many of you guys have been living up to that challenge today or this week that I put you guys on, that I said, every time you say some stinky thinking in your brain, you say 5 affirmations to yourself. Like, you're beautiful. Like you are worthy. You know, I want you guys to understand this because I want you to know that it doesn't matter what you're taught if you never apply it. Okay? It doesn't matter. We could sit here till we're blue in the face, and maybe the only thing that you are going to hear are the obstacles, because maybe that's how you grew up. Maybe you grew up. Heather, can you just hit the mute on your thing? That would be wonderful. Oh, now we got another one. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. Heather, can you hit mute on your phone? Pretty please. Thank you. The ADHD, guys, the struggle is real. For those of you that don't have it, it's hardcore, man. I can't even focus. But the reality of it is, until you focus in and decide what it is that you're going to accomplish and you're going to make happen, you're not going to achieve it. I can tell you that, like I said, I did all these events. I did all this stuff. I found out what worked for me, what didn't. I didn't know how to work Instagram, but I figured it out. I figured it out by going and actually just using it, right? We've been posting tips and so forth. And if you guys want, I'm getting ready to put like some kind of Instagram, like I don't want to call it a boot camp or training or anything. It's stuff I'm going to post on the page. I'm just going to post it. Never mind. Don't even say anything. I'll just post it. I'm going to make these little block task things like I did with my 15-minute power task. Did you guys see that? Anybody see that power task I posted with Instagram? Because Facebook does make it super hard for you to gain a lot of reach, but I was able to go international with my team back in 2013 when I was my first company because of Instagram. Imagine if I would have stayed on top of that, guys, working Instagram in the same manner. Like a lot of people go to my Instagram and they'll say, oh, Amanda, you have so many followers. But you got to realize I did a lot of the wrong things to get a lot of those followers in the very early days because Instagram was still new. But it is a great way to get reach in front of people that you otherwise wouldn't. With that said, again, you got to focus on your content. You got to focus on what it is that you're putting out. Even if you only post once a day or once every other day, it doesn't matter. If you look sloppy or like you are, I love my daughter. I love my oldest daughter, but she half-asses a lot of stuff. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very obvious. and I want to encourage you guys to not half butt stuff. Okay. To not kinda work your business or kinda care. Like you either care or you don't care. Sharing a testimony, sharing a story, putting yourself out there. And listen, it's gonna require a level of growth. In order for you to get to that next level, you're gonna have to grow. So you have to be willing to sacrifice those feelings of being uncomfortable sometimes. You're going to have to be willing to not care about people saying no. Like, I probably come off mean to some people. Okay, not really mean. I'm not a mean person, but I might come off cold or something to people because I won't waste time on stupidity. Like just being real. Like if you are like giving me every excuse in the book, done, next, done. Like, why are you wasting your time on people that literally don't want to order and you're sitting there trying to talk them into ordering? You could have already talked to 5 other people. Let them go. Let them go, guys. Oh my goodness. What is that cute baby? But no, for real, you got to let them go. Okay, there was a point to what I was getting ready to say. Hold on. I got to get back to this. I stopped. You guys, every single year I have an event on this day when I really start working my business. I have opportunity posts. I have me traveling. I have me and one of my best friends from young years traveling on a trip together to a conference that what you guys don't know in this photo, I'm going to tell you, and I promise I'm not going to try to get emotional, but as I boarded this flight that you guys see me kind of smiling, I had just received news literally right before I stepped on the plane that my dad had pancreatic cancer. And while I was in my trip to conference, he was going to be having surgery and having his port placed, and they ended up nicking his chest, like his lung, and he had to get a chest tube, and they lacerated his liver, and they ended up having to put a JG tube in him, so he was on a feeding tube, and they started him on methadone, which, as you guys that don't know, kicked him in his ass, and they actually ended up causing methadone toxicity. And anyways, my life changed drastically. And I tried to hold myself together in that picture. But what people don't realize is that that was the moment that I knew that what I was doing was so much bigger than me. Because I knew that because of my business, I didn't have to worry about who was going to be there to take care of my dad when I got home. I knew I could be. I knew that my business was allowing me to take him to his appointments, to pay for his rent, to buy his medicine, his food, all of these things that I think a lot of people lose sight of what their why and their motivation can be, right? So like we do this and we have to grow because there's other people out there that need us and need that solution. You know, Heather's husband had a heart attack last year, and she had loss. She lost her dad too. And you guys, like, going through these type of things is hard, but being able to have the freedom to pick up and go and be there for our family is priceless. It's priceless. I want that for each and every single one of you guys. So like, you have to be willing to like shoot those messages, show up every day. We post stuff. Ashley literally just posted tomorrow's task, guys, actions for you guys to go fill up. I want you to do this. For those of you guys that literally maybe are just really struggling, I want you to find a couple people on this team that you see are really showing up on a regular basis, okay? I'm not talking about people that pretend like they're showing up. I'm talking about people that are showing up, okay? You see them on the pages. You see them on the Zooms. You want to learn from them, okay? You want to learn from them. And Heather, she already told you, she doesn't post a whole ton. She does post some to her stories. I'm going to give you some people's names to check out their stories and be really entirely inspired, and to know that you just got to start doing it. You've got to make things happen, right? Heather, make sure you're changing your profile to public, okay? So Kaylee Croup, I see Kaylee on here right now. Go check out her page. Go check out her profile, okay? Even her Instagram. You can go check out her Instagram. You can check out her stories. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's a little thing that I think a lot of people are so focused on, likes and comments. You can go check out Twins' Instagram, and she doesn't have a ton of likes. I mean, she has a lot of likes now, but she doesn't have as many comments and so forth, because guess where most of her action happens? In Messenger, in her stories. Go look at her stories. Go look at Megan Halcomb. You guys, I had Megan in a destination to 12K. How many of you guys have been on one of Megan's Zooms in the morning? How incredibly inspiring is that, right? She's focused. She's in the zone. She posts regularly, and it's with passion and care. And like, the thing is like, okay, let's see who else we got. Who else we got that is like killing? Katie Muntz. My God, you guys. Look at Katie's Facebook page stories. Like, literally. Okay, here's what I want you guys to realize though. Where's Ariana? There she is. Okay, Ariana, right? Her story is so powerful. It's like Kayla Oliver, right? They're in recovery, and you guys, it's pure passion. It's fire. She's got a special place in her heart, and I'm going to watch her and cry when she goes across stage to 200K. And you can believe it. I'll tell you, I tell people all the time, she cry. Listen, it's okay to have a favorite. Okay, it's okay to have favorites. Ariana is one of my favorites. And I don't know what it is. My heart just says, this girl's special, right? And like, I've got a few people that make me feel that way, and they know it because they're special to me. And it's not that everybody's special, but it's like, I can feel their story so strong that I know that their message needs out to this world, right? Nikki Crockett's another one. Her story, guys, one day when she is just brave and shares that shit, it's going to make you all bawl like nobody's business, right? And the thing is that until you're ready to just I'm not talking about putting all your business out there for everybody to hear, but I'm telling you right now that if you want to have an impact and you want to change lives, you need to be willing to be vulnerable. You need to be willing to care less about what people think of you, and actually putting yourself out there in a position that you can help somebody. Emily, your story too. Your story too is powerful. It's power. Start using that power as your message and your triumph of what you are overcoming. You guys, none of us have to be perfect. In fact, you want to know what? I'm going to show you how imperfect Amanda Arnott is. You want to see my damn room that I'm working in right now? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my freaking mess. You ready? It's a cluster. And look at my ceiling. Look at my ceiling. You want to see this? Just so everybody realizes right now that you don't need to live this perfect fairy tale life. Okay, you want to know the desk I was working at? Here you go. There's my desk. That's where I was working at in my bedroom. Okay, you want to see my disaster? That's right behind me. Hold on, all the clothes. Hold on, my unmade bed, my dresser, my shitty room that's a mess right now. I just showed you it all. Okay, there you go. You don't need to be perfect. I could go outside and show you the condemned homes and everything else if I wanted to. But the reality of it is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't need to live a perfect life. That's not even relatable. Some of you guys see Katie Munson, you see her perfect story, but I'm going to tell you what. Have you listened to her story from being a teen mom? Did you listen to her struggle? No. Most of you didn't. Did you listen to the fact that what her home life was like? Probably not, because you're so focused on what her rank is and what her checks probably are, and that she's above you for some reason. But the reality of it is that she's not, I'm not. None of us are. It's just we decided to make it our mission to help move people's lives, to change people's lives, to impact people's lives. And that's not something I can teach you. That's something you have to be willing to do, to wake up every day and say, you know what? I'm going to message this amount of people because yes, I do. I'm going to post on my Instagram. I'm going to post on my Facebook. I'm going to post in my stories. Am I perfect every day? No, today I told you I was not feeling it. I wasn't it. But guess what? Tomorrow when I work out and I'm feeling good, I'm going to be able to share how I triumphed and I overcame and who's with me on that, right? I did a shit ton of personal development today. Why? Because I needed it. I needed to listen to some positive stuff. I listened to some Will Smith and some Kobe Bryant. Like, what up? Good stuff, right? Don't believe me? Go type in motivational on Monday, or motivational confidence, overcoming your fears, overcoming insecurities. Type in any of that stuff on YouTube. It's all free. Every day, your personal activity has to be focused. Team page, go check. Get a bingo sheet if you want. Brittany Heider is the one who makes this. I don't want to take credit for this because she's the bomb.com, y'all. And they are in the album section, but they're also, like I said, they're going to post every day. In the announcement section, we have all those training videos. If you've been in for a while, go watch them. If you've been in for a while and you are not signing anybody, go watch the training videos from 1 to none or 1 to all, okay? Stay focused and be where the fire is. Go where the people are excited and passionate and they are showing up. And I can tell you the team page is a great place for that. I don't spend a lot of time individually one-on-one talking to people unless we're figuring out something real quick or a solution, because it's not efficient, or unless I'm doing I'm just messaging them to see how they're doing or whatever. But most of your business should be focused on reaching new people and following up with your customers and so forth. It shouldn't be talking to team that you already have or part of our team or anything like that. So anyways, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent there, but I really want you guys to understand that it truly is. I'm nobody special. All right. I just have one hell of a work ethic and I am willing to put myself out there to help other people. Sorry. I had to get that muted. Right. And listen, yes, put your focus on what is going to produce. Yes, income. It's not, that's one of my problems, is not enough people's. Okay. Heather, I don't know if you've listened to a word I've said today. Okay. Every day you need to be focused. First of all, you need to go Google how to make your profile public, number 1, okay? Number 2, because I can't help you if you don't fix these things. Number 1, go Google how to make your profile public. Number 2, I put a challenge out for our entire team the other day to add 5 new friends a day. How many people are sticking to that? 5 new friends a day in the entire month of February. Okay? You are going to grow your network. Instagram, every single day, you're going to expose yourself. You just start using it. If you're not using Instagram yet and you need to get a handle on Facebook, that's okay. Focus there first. All right? But once you get a handle and you get used to it, jump on over to Instagram and just start doing it, right? So right now, let's just talk Facebook. Go public. And this might sound like I'm picking on you or being hard on you. I promise you I'm not. I'm trying to tell you what you need to do. Instead of focusing, because I'm hearing a lot of, I don't have, I can't have, I haven't had, I'm having problems, that's where I struggle. Okay, we're done talking about the struggle bus. We're talking about solutions and how we're going to change those things. And how we're going to change that is you're going to go public. You're going to add 5 new friends every day. You're going to get yourself a list of things that you're going to post and get consistent. You're going to find out what it is that you're passionate about, and you're going to share that with the world, because if you don't, people are never going to relate to you. Okay? It can be maybe you're a reader. Some of you guys are readers, right? And sharing those type of things are relatable. Ashley Fields, earlier I seen her post, and I don't really know Ashley, but I seen that something that she shares about is loss. Okay? And you guys, people need people to talk about those things. Brittany O'Neill, some of the things that she's talked about is her confidence and loving herself and overcoming. You go look at that girl's page and tell me it's not fire, because it is. If I feel that, other people are going to feel that. Right? That's exactly Jessica Curtright with her towel on her head. She's like, shit, Amanda. You know, she's been very vulnerable with sharing her journey. You guys, she started off at 270s, Jess? 270s, right? And she hit the 211 today. You guys, Jess went on the same surgery and went on the same journey that I did. And here she is approaching Wonderland and getting her health back for her kids, for her family. And I guarantee you and telling you that is making a difference in somebody's life that is watching her. Okay? And that's what I want each one of you guys to take away from the Zoom tonight, is that you absolutely can plan your week. You've got to get committed to it, and you've got to buckle down. You absolutely can send follow-up messages. The follow-up messages, like Heather gave you tons of examples. Were you listening? Maybe not. That's okay. If you're not, you can go back and listen again. But the thing is that you guys can get into people's messenger because of what they posted. Somebody posted they got married or they went to a wedding this past weekend, but they didn't tag their location or anything. You can shoot them a message, be, girl, that wedding venue looked amazing. Where was that at? Or I just wanted to tell you, I like to compliment people. So I'm a super big complimenter. That is my number one reason to get into people's inboxes is, oh my goodness, I absolutely love your hair. You know, where do you go? Or, you know, I just wanted to tell you that I think you look absolutely gorgeous today. You know, like, yeah, I'm that weirdo creeper and I'm okay with it. And I tell people that. I'm like, I'm totally that weirdo creeper. I'm so sorry, but you look beautiful today. But also, I have people that want to run 5Ks with me. I have people that are like, Amanda, I can't wait to go on this journey with you. And as I finish up, is there anything, I don't know if Heather, did we lose Heather? We might have lost Heather. We did. But as we finish up tonight, I hope you guys know. Thank you, Amanda also likes to break people's fingers. Uh, Jessica has been she gets shut down real quick if she goes left or negative too much, and she knows I will shut that shit down. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, everybody on my team, they know my personality. They know I get a little fiery sometimes. And I go off sometimes, but it's in the most loving way. I'm like the FU smiling person, like flipping you off and smiling at you at the same time, but because of love. But it's because I know that you can change your mindset. I know that you can pull yourself out of wherever you're at. I know that whatever current situation is not where you have to stay, but you have to own it and you have to put in the work. Like, you can't just keep showing up to show up. Like, you actually got to start making the changes, like getting consistent and talking to people and making those internal changes as well as those external actions. And that is what's going to completely change your business. So is there anything anybody can unmute real quick or anything like that if you have specific burning questions? Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up so my husband can come downstairs and crawl into bed with his wobbly self and take a pill to help him sleep. Knock his ass out. No, there ain't no Russ. The Russ isn't strong enough to knock him out tonight. He's in a lot of pain. I'm gonna make him take an Ambien. I'm gonna be like, you're out. Only because I had some left over. I don't tell anybody that. Yeah. Oh God. You don't know how to unmute. Let me see. Suzanne, let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can get you. Somebody's got a question. Oh, I don't know where you are, Suzanne. I just seen you. I don't know how to unmute, but then now I can't find you. Oh, here you are. Hold on. All right, you're unmuted.
I have been talking to this lady since before Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm gonna stop the recording though because I sometimes am not the nicest when.
Okay.
Okay.